Hi there, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the top 6 reasons why offers fall through in the Tallahassee area and what you can, as a seller, can do to prevent it from happening to you. You've listed your house, you've suffered through strangers walking through, you went through the pain of negotiating terms and conditions, and you probably sat through an inspection, but you failed to get to the closing table. It's heartbreaking. And in Tallahassee, about 1/3 of the offers don't make it to the closing table. They end up terminating before they get there. Here's the top 6 reasons why that happens and what you can do to prevent it from happening to you. My name's Abby Flynn. I'm a broker associate with Ketcham Realty Group here in Tallahassee, Florida. The number one reason why offers do not get to the closing table is buyer financing. As a seller, what you can do to keep this from happening to you is take a really hard look at the offers that you get. Hopefully, when you've priced your house right, you've gotten multiple offers to choose from, and if cash is not one of the options, the financing should be really secure. And the way you can look at how secure that financing is to look at a pre-approval letter versus a pre-qualification letter. A pre-approval letter means that the lender has looked at the buyer's financial qualifications, and that also means that the lender feels pretty confident to get you to a closing table. You can also look at the earnest money deposit. That's the money that the buyer is putting in the game, and it stays with the third party that's going to close the contract. It's on the first page of the contract, and the higher the better, obviously. The third thing I would look at on your offers to evaluate how strong they are is the buyer's deposit on their loan. That's their skin in the game with the lender, and the higher the better. Conventionals buyers tend to get to the closing table a little more often than FHA buyers, so those are all things you consider before you even sign that contract. Because remember, here in Florida, once the seller signs, there's very few times the seller can walk away. But in Florida, for the first 15 days on most contracts, the buyer can walk away for any reason, any reason. So, number 2, the second most common reason offers fall through is there's deferred maintenance that's found under the inspections. So let's say you have a 20-year-old roof, it works great, it's not leaking, but the inspector comes in, shines a really bright light in the corner, and they find an active leak. Often we see buyers, they just throw up their hands in that process. That's a huge thing that wasn't disclosed. They've lost faith in the process, they've lost trust in you as a seller, and they just walk away. Don't let that happen to you. Get a pre-listing inspection, and any 2 inspectors are going to see different things when they walk through the house, but all of them should find the really big things that are going to impact a sale. And if there's anything active, take care of it, because the buyer is going to want you to take care of it, and you have to take care of it just to maintain the integrity of your house. So get that pre-listing inspection. We have inspectors we recommend. Third most common reason is after inspections, you've failed to negotiate repairs. Sometimes buyers will make an offer knowing or thinking that they're going to renegotiate after inspections. They didn't negotiate in good faith. Sometimes they're being nitpicky about cosmetic issues that they should have seen to begin with, and they just changed their mind about the blue Formica countertops. But whatever it is, generally it's in the seller's best interest to negotiate something. It's better to pay a little bit in closing cost, and that gives the buyer cash to hire whoever they want to hire to fix whatever that issue is. That way the contractor they hired is on the hook for making that buyer happy and not you. And I never recommend sellers being responsible for any repairs unless it's a lender required repair that you need to do in order to get to closing. The fourth most common reason offers fall through in the Tallahassee area is the house failed to appraise at the contract value. About 7% of the time that happens in Tallahassee. At that time, either the buyer or the seller can walk away from the contract. If the seller chooses to try to put the house back on the market, there's a chance that appraisal value can haunt that house for several months, depending on several factors. Your realtor can help you explain this. One of the things that you can do to keep this from happening to you is to make sure that you remember this is your final showing. This is the final person you have to sell your house to. So make sure that when the appraiser comes through your house, it's beautiful. It still has that wow factor. It still smells great and looks great, and it's still in beautiful condition, because the appraised value, the appraiser can impact the appraised value. Also, it's a good idea to have your realtor meet the appraiser at the house and make sure that the appraiser has all of the contract pieces. fifth reason why we see offers fall apart in Tallahassee is the buyer just gets cold feet. It's the first 15 days the buyer can walk away for any reason. You know, Uncle Jack can drive by the house and not like the color of the front door, and and I've seen it happen, that will make an offer fall apart. So one of the things that you can do as a seller is to try to make that emotional connection with the house to the buyer. When they come for the inspection, leave a "you're gonna love this neighborhood" letter. Anything that you can do to appeal to your emotions of your buyer. Your realtor can help you with this, kind of come up with some ideas. But when you make that emotional appeal, it's more likely that the buyer is going to get you to the closing table. Number 6, homeowners insurance. We're seeing this more often here in Tallahassee. We've had several near misses from hurricanes, and insurance companies are taking a really closer look at our houses, especially roofs. So this is one of the things that you can do to keep this from happening to you is to have your declarations page handy. Your declaration page tells the buyer what's covered and how much it cost you during the year. It's also a good idea to have your agent's contact information, your insurance agent's contact information handy. They might be able to insure at a better rate than a stranger because they already know the risks involved in insuring your house. Hope this information is helpful to you. If it is, please hit that like button and please hit that subscribe button. And again, if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. Reach out and talk to us or visit our webpage, livingintallahassee.com. Thanks and have a great day.